Level 1. The starter $0 gives $5,000. In the beginning, nothing about your financial life feels impressive. You don't have a large salary, you don't have investments, and you definitely don't feel like someone who's building wealth. You might only have a few $100s sitting in your bank account, and most of it is already mentally spent on bills, rent, or small wants that bring short-term comfort. But something subtle happens at this stage. You make a decision that seems almost too simple to matter. You set up an automatic transfer. Maybe it's $100, maybe $200, but it moves every single month without you thinking about it. At first, the results are underwhelming. After an entire year, the interest you earn is so small it barely feels worth mentioning. It doesn't change your lifestyle. It doesn't impress anyone, and it doesn't give you that instant gratification most people chase. But what you don't realize is that this is not about the money yet. This is about installing a mechanism. You are quietly training yourself to prioritize future stability over present impulses. While others rely on motivation, you've built a system that works without emotion. This is the stage where discipline is fragile but powerful. You are not an investor yet. You are not financially free, but you have done something that most people never do. You have started. And starting, even in the smallest way, is the first invisible step toward everything that follows. Level 2. The builder $5,000 gives $25,000. As your savings slowly grow, something inside your mindset begins to shift. You no longer see money as something that is only meant to be spent. Instead, you start questioning how it can grow. This curiosity leads you to open your first investment account. It might feel intimidating at first, with unfamiliar terms, charts, and the constant noise of people predicting market movements. But you choose a simple path. You invest in the market as a whole, rather than trying to outsmart it. The first few months feel almost meaningless. Your portfolio go up by $30 one month and drop by $80 the next. The fluctuations test your patience. It's easy to feel like you're doing something wrong, especially when the results are inconsistent. But this is where a critical transformation happens. Instead of reacting emotionally, you stick to your plan. You keep investing every month, regardless of what the market is doing. Slowly, the randomness starts to make sense. Over time, your balance begins to rise in a way that feels more stable. You realize that wealth is not built in days or weeks. It's built through repetition and time. At this level, you are no longer just saving money. You are learning how to trust a process, and that trust becomes the foundation for everything ahead. Level 3. The multiplier. $25,000 gives $100,000. This is the stage where things start to feel real. Your money is no longer sitting idle or growing at a slow pace. It is actively working. You begin to notice that the gains are no longer just coming from your contributions. They are coming from the growth of your existing money. This is the moment when compounding becomes more than just a concept you've heard about. It becomes something you experience. You start paying attention to details that once felt insignificant. You look at fees, you think about asset allocation, and you begin to understand how small improvements can create large, long-term differences. Your confidence grows, not because you've mastered the system, but because you've seen it work. The journey to your first $100,000 feels long and demanding. It requires patience, consistency, and the ability to ignore distractions. But once you reach that milestone, something changes permanently. You realize that the hardest part is behind you. The machine you started at level 1 is now producing noticeable results. At this point, wealth stops feeling like a distant dream and starts feeling like a predictable outcome of your behavior. Level 4, the accelerator. $100,000 gives $500,000. Crossing into six figures brings a new level of clarity. You are no longer focused on whether your strategy works. You already know it does. Now, your attention shifts to maximizing it. Market volatility no longer scares you. In fact, you begin to see it as an opportunity. When prices drop, instead of panicking, you invest more. This shift in behavior separates you from the majority. While others react to fear, you act with logic. Your investments grow faster now. not just because of your contributions, but because of the size of your existing capital. The compounding effect becomes more visible, and your progress accelerates in a way that feels almost surprising. At this stage, your system requires less effort from you. The habits you built earlier have become automatic. You don't need to constantly think about saving or investing. It's part of your identity now. You are no longer chasing wealth. You are aligned with it, and that alignment creates momentum that continues to build. Level 5. The strategist $500,000 gives $2 million. Reaching this level changes the way you think about money entirely. It's no longer just about growth. It's about efficiency. You start to understand that how you structure your finances matters just as much as how much you invest. You explore different ways to optimize your returns, reduce taxes, and diversify your income sources. You begin to think in terms of systems rather than individual decisions. Each move you make is calculated, not reactive. Your portfolio becomes more sophisticated, incorporating different types of assets that serve specific purposes. Some provide growth, others provide stability, and some generate consistent income. At this stage, your money is no longer dependent on a single source or strategy. It is spread across multiple channels, each contributing to your overall financial strength. You are no longer just participating in the system. You are learning how to navigate it strategically, and that strategic thinking is what allows your wealth to continue expanding. Level 6. The architect $2 million gives $10 million. At this level, wealth becomes something you design. You are no longer focused on building money for yourself alone. You start thinking about the long-term impact of your financial decisions. You consider how your wealth can support your family, create opportunities, and provide security for future generations. You explore structures that protect and grow your assets in a more efficient way. Your approach becomes more intentional. You invest not just in markets, but in businesses, ideas, and systems that have the potential to scale. You understand that true wealth is not just about accumulation, it's about sustainability. Your decisions are guided by a vision that extends beyond your own lifetime. At this stage, your role is no longer just that of an investor. You are an architect, designing a financial ecosystem that can thrive independently. Level 7. The legacy $10 million gives infinite. This is where the concept of wealth reaches its highest form. Money is no longer something you actively manage on a daily basis. Instead, it is embedded within systems that operate continuously. Your wealth generates income, supports initiatives, and creates opportunities without requiring your constant involvement. Market fluctuations no longer have a significant impact on your overall position. You have built a structure that is resilient and adaptable. At this level, your focus shifts from growth to legacy. You think about how your wealth can influence not just your life, but the lives of others. You create frameworks that ensure your financial system continues to operate long after you are gone. This is not just about having money. It's about creating something that endures, and that endurance is what defines true wealth. Somewhere right now, someone is setting up a simple automatic transfer. It might be $100 or $200, and it might not feel like a big deal. To them, it's just a small step towards saving money. But what they don't realize is that this small action is the beginning of something much larger. It is the start of a system that, if maintained with consistency and patience, can evolve into something powerful. Every level of wealth begins with this exact moment, not with a large sum of money, not with perfect knowledge, but with a simple decision to start. And that decision, repeated over time, has the potential to change everything. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Results may vary based on individual circumstances, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.